Okay, this video is going to focus on the next part of the planning process, which is all about establishing a vision, or what is the vision for the business, setting some goals, and or some objectives for the business. So when we're talking about the vision, we're really talking about vision through the vision statement. And businesses will establish a vision statement, which, as it says there, broadly states what the business is aspiring to become in the future. And that future could be tomorrow, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. It may relate to what do we aspire to become in relation to our customers, or what do we aspire to become in relation to our staff, i.e. our employees. And its primary purpose is to guide and direct the business owners, its managers and employees, so that everyone within that organisation knows what the vision for this business is. And if you walk into many large or small, medium, large businesses, the vision statement will often be quite visible. It might be painted on walls, it might be in posters, it might be on the company's website, so that employees, customers, everyone knows what that business is trying to achieve and what they aspire to become in the future. It used to be commonly known as a mission statement, but the mission statement is really an old-fashioned term now, and it's more known as the vision statement. In class, we'll have a look at an example there of a business called Design Crowd and what their vision statement is. But as you can see there, they publicise their vision statement, and theirs is to give people opportunities to be creative and to provide businesses with risk-free graphic design. So that's what they aspire to become, a place where people can be creative and give businesses the opportunity to undertake risk-free graphic design, which leads to goals and objectives. And the goals of a business through the business plan are the desired outcomes or targets that a business intends to achieve over a certain time frame. And those goals will often be set in the short term, the medium term, and the long term. Those goals that are established should be what we call SMART goals. Okay, they should be, the S being specific. So not our goal is to sell a lot of things in the future. Okay, well that's not specific. So specific should be our goal is to sell 10,000 units in the next 12 months or in the next 2 years. And that means that goal is the second point. It's measurable. You can measure it because there's a quantifiable amount there. It's achievable. Is that realistic? Is it realistic to try to have a goal of selling 10,000 units when the business is just establishing? I don't know. Depends what sort of business that is. Is it realistic? Going from 0 to 10,000, is that a realistic goal? And timed. I mentioned a time frame there of 3 years. That's timed. You've set so that means that you can be held accountable and it can be measurable because you've set a specific time period. So that goal is an example of a SMART one, just assuming that the 10,000 goals are the achievable part. To achieve goals, the business needs an action plan that breaks those goals into objectives. So set your goals and make sure they're SMART, and then based off those goals, establish some objectives. And objectives, these goals are here at the top. This is a textbook diagram. Strategic goals, long-term, 5, 10-year goals, but then establish some tactical objectives and some operational objectives. So your tactical objectives are going to be mid-term in terms of months, and your operational objectives are going to be short-term days or weeks. So if your long-term 3-year goal is to sell 10,000 units, okay, well, what are we going to do over the next 2 months or 6 months to achieve it? What are we going to do in terms of objectives over the next month to achieve that mid-term tactical objective? So some common business goals, assuming that these are some SMART goals. Maximise profits. That'd be a pretty common one for a business. It would be better to have a maximised profit with a specific number to make it SMART. Increase market share. Achieve growth. It could be growth in share price, growth in staff numbers, growth in profit, growth in sales. Could be any sort of growth. Improve share price if it's a publicly listed company. Some sort of social goals. They might be goals about the impact it wants to have on its local community. And then environmental goals. So environmental goals, reduce usage of electricity, increase our reliance on solar energy, for example. So there is a relationship there between the business's vision, its goals, and its objectives. So the vision is the broad statement of the purpose. A goal is a statement to what they're trying to achieve. The objective is how those goals are going to be achieved. In terms of growth, long-term growth might be things like, and generally is the ability of a business to continually expand. And it depends on the business's ability to develop and use its asset structure to increase its sales, its profits, and its market share. To achieve that long-term growth, a business is going to need a sustainable competitive advantage, something that's been mentioned previously. Apple is a business that's got a sustainable competitive advantage. It's got products that are seen as superior to its customers. It's got a brand that is very recognizable. So therefore, in terms of long-term growth, it's ticking one of the major boxes. It's got that sustainable competitive advantage. An SME can achieve long-term growth by using things like customer feedback to help to set new goals, for example, building supplier and customer relationships, minimizing its costs, and also the Sigma 6, something we'll talk about in class, which is about defect-free products. Okay, that's it for vision, goals, and objectives. In the next video, I'll focus on organising resources.